What's going on YouTube? Sparks Comics here for another Sparks Notes comic review. This one today I'm very excited to tell you guys is Proctor Valley Road #1 from Boom Studios. So stay tuned for that. Lots of thoughts on this book. First, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification for let you know when I drop new videos. And make sure you drop a comment below and let me know what you thought of Proctor Valley Road. Welcome back, everybody. Let's get into this. We've got Proctor Valley Road #1 from Boom Studios. This is written by Grant Morrison and Alex Child with illustrations by Naomi Franquiz, colors by Tamra, Bonvillain, and letters by Jim Campbell. The cover A here is by Naomi Franquiz. There is a variant cover by Chris Wildgoose right here. We've got a 1 in 10 cover by Christian Ward. It's awesome cover here. We've got the 1 in 25 Peach Momoko cover right here with a virgin cover. That's the 1 in 50 version of this. And then there's a 1 per store Christian Ward virgin cover. So I thought I was going to love this story off the bat, and I went all in on the covers for this. And you'll find out I did like it. So I'm just kind of giving you a spoiler there. So the story starts out and we see some crazy things happening on Proctor Valley Road. Kind of gives us an introduction into the horror element of this story. And so cuts from that and we see two of our main characters, August and Rylee, in a shop, and they are kind of attempting to shoplift some sunglasses from it to sell them to make money to go to a Janis Joplin concert. So they're two of our main characters. We also have Cora and Jennie, and we meet them shortly after that. But what ends up coming about is they hear about those crazy things happening on Proctor Valley Road, and they decide that they want to do some spook tours with their classmates, their friends, on that haunted, potentially demon-infested stretch of road in order to fund attending that concert. And that visit to the road, their first trip there, they lose the 3 people that came with them, and they think that the 3 of them are just playing games with them, but it's a lot darker than that. It's turned into a deadly trip to Proctor Valley Road. And just to let you know, that's not technically a spoiler. That is all contained within the previews catalog description of this book. And so now what's going to happen is they are going to have to figure out what happens to their friends, see if they can rescue anybody that is missing before they get in trouble for the disappearance of the students. So that's a little bit of a summary of what this story is about. I love that we get some introduction to the horror elements of the story, but we also get some of the kind of background on the characters. We get to learn a little bit about them, so that when some stuff goes down, or if more stuff goes down in the future, we are not going to, just be like, well, they died. We're going to feel a little attached to these characters. And I think Grant Morrison and Alex Child did a great job in setting that up. Definitely like the characters in this. They're pretty interesting. There's a twist at the end about why they really want to find these missing students. They think there's a reason that these students have run, and I'm not going to spoil that. I'm not going to spoil how everything gets introduced at the end, because it's creepy. I love it. I love what they did with it. But I will give you a little bit of a breakdown of what I thought of each element of the story. So I'll start with the covers. Excellent covers. Boom always brings in great variant artists. Christian Ward is fantastic. Peach Momoko, as always. This is her element, drawing this type of artwork. I'd never heard of Chris Wildgoose before, but I thought the colors on that cover were really good, and the style of art of what we see here is excellent. I love it. And of course, the cover A from Naomi Franquiz definitely well depicts what's happening here. And I actually like what they've been doing with the back cover here. It's not just plain. It tells us, the same info that's on the front cover, but it's got a cool design on the back. So for me, covers were a 9 out of 10. The characters, for an issue 1, I felt like I learned a decent amount about these characters. August and Rylee are cousins, and then their friends Cora and Jennie we don't know as much about, but I have a feeling as it goes we're going to get a little bit more about them. This is set in the 1970s, so there's a little bit of some racially influenced themes in the story before we kind of get to the main part with the horror elements of the story. But so I think that's great. This is actually feeling like it's set in the 1970s. And so I love the fact that they've done that. So for me, characters are going to be an 8 out of 10. I feel some attachment at least to our 2 main characters, August and Rylee. Not quite as much yet to Cora or Jennie or some of the other characters that have popped up in the story. The overall idea for the story, I love it. I've been loving reading horror comics recently, and so I just can't get enough of more of these stories. Just keep bringing them, guys. Keep putting them out. So for me, story was a solid 8 out of 10. It was an issue 1, so you're not going to get the full idea of what's happening yet, but I got enough of a taste to want to come back and read the next issue and see what's going on. So I love that. Overall, I think I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. I skipped the art on the interiors, which I'm giving an 8 out of 10 as well. It's my style of kind of a mix of fun when we got the lighter scenes, and a mix of really catching that horror vibe and using the right dark tones when we get to those types of scenes. So overall, like I said, 8.5 out of 10. This is a must read from Boom Studios. This has future TV show, movie written all over it. That's not the reason to go out and buy it, but I think I would love to see this in another medium. So I feel like Boom has been putting out that type of story a lot recently, and so I would not be surprised to hear some news about this a couple months down the line. So those are my thoughts on Proctor Valley Road #1. Thank you all for watching and listening in. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share the video with your friends. If they're thinking about reading Proctor Valley Road and they want a review, here it is for them. They can check it out. So, as always, guys, collect what you love, and I'll see you next time.